Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah, let's just do the show, okay?
You're not excited for this episode?
No.
For this week where
Tim,
you get its predictions, AEW's on fire.
I don't like anything about this week. The Red Sox swept the Royals. The Cardinals took 2 of 3 from the Royals and then became like part of a national story. Have you heard about Tarps Off? Have you heard about this? So I think it started at UMass football, and now it's leaked into Major League Baseball. But there was a college baseball team at the Cardinals-Royals game, and there was a section where it had like 3 fans. And 4 guys went up there, took their shirts off, and just started swinging it around their head. And that was like the second inning. By the 6th inning, there was maybe 60 people, 60 guys and girls.
Out there.
Girls had like a sports bra, but the guys just swinging their fucking shirts. And the Cardinals beat us with the walk-off single. And I was just like, fucking bullshit. And then, so I don't like it. And now I'm in this fucking thing. It's probably
Look at that shirt.
Here's the thing. It's your fault. It's your fault. This is the thing. I'm the Royals fan.
You made bad picks.
No, yes, because I wanted to be nice to you, but no, not anymore. Because here's the thing. I have this fucking thing, and ever since I got it, the Royals have sucked. So, like, do the city a solid and fucking pick wrong tonight.
And, the Royals are, they're moving. They're doing a whole thing. They can take care of themselves.
They're staying in the state line. They're moving closer to me, so.
Yeah, well, you probably love that. Yeah, you get to go take the little streetcar.
No, actually, I hate it. Yeah, I actually hate it, though, because, I am never a fan of new construction. I think you should always rebuild what you already have, because there's only one Earth. You can't rebuild another Earth next to the Earth, right? You fucking idiots. So, no, I'm not in favor of new construction.
You asked Elon.
But I would fucking slit Elon's wrist if I had the chance.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, I'd hire really bad people to do really bad things to Trump. I'm in a weird.
Steal your weed. What?
Yeah, I bet you he doesn't smoke weed though. He probably just sucks on little girls' blood. But. Right? Like, let's not be shocked if that was the thing. He's like, I like to, take
course. Yeah, I'm not shocked. No, you're probably right. You're probably setting the bar low even. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been reading this book, King of Ashes, and it's very violent. And so I've kind of been in like a violent state of mind. For example, the book is 330 pages long. In the first 20 pages, the main character's brother gets his pinky chopped off with a garden shear, and then they stomp on the pinky so that if they go to the hospital, they can't reattach it.
Jeez.
30 pages. That's the first 30 pages. I'm like, oh, okay. So I've been
intense. Yeah, that's intense. That's intense. But, for anybody, if you're new and you're wondering what we're all talking about, Tom's wearing this Jeff Jarrett shirt because when a pay-per-view is imminent, right? When this is our go-home show, as it were, before an AEW pay-per-view, we're going to make predictions. We're going to keep score. And as you can tell, Tom lost, and his prize was getting to wear this Jeff Jarrett shirt both the week after he made those picks and this week when he gets to try to redeem himself, in which he will undoubtedly fail. And we'll keep that shirt, and you get to see him wear it again next week.
Nope. Not this time, motherfucker.
So we're going to make these picks. We may touch on what just happened on Dynamite and Collision that ended as we talk about these to kind of set the stage for some of the storylines and our picks. But mostly we focus on the picks because it's late. We got stuff to do this week. We're going to bang this out. We're going to try to keep this under an hour because you guys got a lot of AEW content this week. You don't need us. You know what I mean? I mean, you need us.
Well, you do need us.
You just need a little less.
You'll get us. You'll get us. Okay. You got us. Because look,
you'll get us.
Tony Khan never does a fucking pay-per-view that's under 3 hours. So you're going to get 3 hours of live posting and all of that shit too. So you got a lot of it coming. By the way, though, before, how are you? What's new with you? You good?
work, yeah, I'm not wearing a Jeff Jarrett shirt. I'm wearing a DSA shirt. Reminder to join your local DSA when it's a DSA meeting. We're doing good things over there. Tom, just living life, man. Living life, trying to, get by. Had a birthday, had that.
I know you're old.
Yeah, I'm old.
I got a Jeff Jarrett shirt, but you're old.
Yeah, but I'm old. Yeah. Each year that passes, you are older also.
No, not real with me.
You're like, that's not how it works. No.
Youngest man alive right here. Me and the Outrunners.
Yeah, that's not how it works. Yeah. So, spent some time with kids and the family and all that, did that stuff. We went out to, there's a local, it's like Top Golf, but it's a knockoff, right? It's the Shasta Colas of the Top Golfs, right? It's called Tee Shots. It was fine. It was good. Okay. It was a good place. It was a good spot.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
All right. I mean,
yeah. Nobody needs a brand name, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably fucking private equity owned anyhow now.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, no, but we had a good time there. Seeing exactly how bad I am at golf.
No, I'm talking about Top Golf is, so fuck them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it is. Well, I'm sure it is. Yeah, nobody likes us.
Nope.
Fuck down, try.
But other than that, like I said, just working, just moving on, man. Just getting ready to get excited to watch this Double or Nothing come up this, Sunday this time? Mm-hmm. And I like when we do the Saturday pay-per-views. I'm going to be honest.
Love a Saturday podcast. I love a Saturday podcast. Or not podcast, pay-per-view.
Yeah, pay-per-view,
yeah. Pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah, but, it is what it is. We'll get the Sunday one. Hopefully, like I said, maybe this one isn't, maybe this one's a tight 3 hours. Like, we got 8 matches here on this card. Right? Undoubtedly, they're going to have more. They don't have anything listed as the buy-in, which let's talk about that for a second. They made an announcement about the buy-in.
Did they?
Mick Foley is going to be on the buy-in.
Yes. I thought you were talking about in regards to matches. Nope. Yeah, Mick Foley joining the good side. Yeah. Welcome in, brother.
No, so they keep hitting
Sunshine
the
over here.
Cactus Jack too. They're like Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, because that's one of the few names that they can use. But interesting, yeah. I said this to you offline when you sent me that earlier. Like he can be, he can be goofy and he can be a bit much, but he definitely has AEW vibes, right? I think somebody said on one of our comments about the Kofi and Xavier thing. It was like some people aren't AEW originals, but like. They were before AEW existed, right? And like Kofi and Xavier kind of feel like those guys. Mick Foley kind of feel like those. Brian Danielson was one of those guys, right? Where like, once AEW existed, you were like, okay, well, we know who will, spend some time here someday, right?
There's definitely guys that transcend organizations. For example, John Moxley's ECW. Like that guy would be fighting New Jack every week if he had the opportunity. You know what I mean? Him and Sandman would just be smoking cigarettes and hitting each other with kendos all the time. And so, Xavier, Austin Creed, I think is going to go by. And then Cactus Jack in this regard.
The vibes, right? It fits the style. Yeah. It just feels like, you know what I mean? The fans would adhere to what's the word I'm looking for? Would admire these guys. Like it just,
Yeah. And Cactus Jack, Mick Foley checks a lot of boxes because, like you said, he has a little bit of the nerdy right to him, to where that fits the AEW vibe. But, and as Tony Khan likes to do, the super ultra violent stuff. Well, I mean, brother, he's one of the godfathers of that shit. Yep. And so, like all of the barbed wire matches and everything in that regard. I mean, that is just like if you needed like someone to bless the ring before it was lit on fire, it would be Cactus Jack,
So what I don't want to do is see like too much of the like Mick Foley's got to mentor somebody into like you think you're hardcore. Like I don't need that.
I don't want to see that, but I definitely, even though I know it gets over, I don't want to see the Sacco. I don't want to see Mr. Sacco.
I don't want to see that. Well, here's the thing.
I want to see Cactus Jack.
The problem is. So what we just described, right? Mick Foley somehow is the like guide or the mentor for somebody who thinks they're hardcore or thinks they're extreme and like, oh, I anoint you the new one. Wasn't that person Darby? And didn't we do this with Sting? So like who?
Well, I think it should be bigger than just one person. I think he should be like, if you motherfuckers, like you can't make the hardcore title, but if you made the Ultraviolent Championship. Like, that's the guy that ushers it in.
We were talking about the Death Riders turning on Moxley because he wasn't being evil and violent enough, and then like, what if he was just like the Oracle that they were like,
or the Blackpool Combat Club had William Regal, the Death Riders having Cactus Jack. That feels like it fits. You know what I mean? Like, that feels like it fits. And again,
yeah, but we'd have to get him to Cactus Jack somehow. You know what I mean? He's coming as Mick
he
Foley
could.
with the blazer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
One cheese grater to the head, and he's fucking right.
Millionaire Mick here is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
ain't it yet?
Actually, now that we're spitballing here, you know who would be a good mentor or a mentee
FTR1
for
on
him to mentor?
You're watching us live. There you go. Yeah.
Shocker. Neat. Well, shocker. We changed the graphics. Why? Like, stop making that a main event. We all fucking know. Come on, guys. Anyhow, but you know who would be a good person for Mick Foley to mentor? Mark Briscoe. Doesn't that feel like Mick Foley?
Mark Briscoe. Yep. Mark Briscoe would be a good one. Yeah, Mark Briscoe would be a good one. Obviously,
because he can do the funny, right? Both of them can do the funny, and you could have Mick Foley trying to chase chickens with Mark Briscoe on the farm, and then obviously tonight, as we saw,
Mark Briscoe been wrestling 35 years. Like this, what's this? Yeah. A veteran mentoring a veteran? Like,
yeah, take him to the next level. You know what I mean? I mean, William Regal was mentoring. Well, but William Regal was mentoring John Moxley and Bryan Danielson. So
that's true.
That's
true.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. I will say though,
Mick Foley.
Well, apparently no one likes Eddie Kingston but me and you, because how the fuck is he not on a pay-per-view in New York?
I mean,
just blows my mind.
Yeah, I'm sure we are not privy to a lot of information.
Yeah, Ortiz and Eddie Kingston versus just any tag team.
Certainly, this is what I'm saying. We don't have listed matches for the buy-in here, so we'll get 2 to 3 of those.
Let's hope.
You get that in there. Are we getting, before we get into some of these matches and these predictions, are we getting the John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly for the Continent? Is that going to be thrown in here as another match here day of, like, or is that maybe Dynamite's main event?
I think it was announced. No, I think it was announced. I think it was Double or Nothing. I think they went to a draw. They're not showing
the thing here. They said he'll get a match, and then he just said, when I get my shot. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but then John Moxley did a promo backstage with Renee, and he was like, "Oh, how appropriate! Now it's Double or Nothing. Do you think you can get me to tap 3 times?" And so I think that is. We'll use that as one because I'm 98% confident.
All right.
But before we go into the main card, one last thing though, I will say, justice for RJ. I get Mick Foley's here, and that's great, but do not limit the airtime of RJ City. Like,
yeah, no.
If anything, no offense,
Jeff
we
Jarrett.
Can just do
keep the RJ, get rid of the JJ.
Well, yeah, get the fuck out of here. But I'm just saying, if you have to only do 2 people, do RJ and Mick Foley. That's what I would rather.
100%. I don't think. Yeah, I think they way undervalue, and maybe this RJ City's choice. But like, I would have RJ City more prevalent. He's so good.
Justice for RJ. That's what I'm starting. Hashtag.
All right, well, let's
or whatever
pick
you call
this
it.
Maybe match in case it happens.
Yeah.
Let's just throw this one out there. It's Moxley versus
Kyle O'Reilly
for the Continental Championship. Man, I do not want in any way, shape whatsoever, whatever, anything, Kyle O'Reilly to win this match and win the title. Like, do not want it.
I don't think
we've said we don't want it's not even just the principle that we don't want the Continental title. Like, we're just like, Kyle O'Reilly's friend of the show, fine wrestler, does what he does well, not shit on the guy or the wrestler, but like,
yeah,
there's no reason for that. There's no story there. Like, this has been fine. John Moxley's got a thing he can't overcome. It's pissing him off, but like, this is not a thing that will like suddenly propel Kyle O'Reilly to be the guy, right? Like, we're not going to have our iron, strike lightning in a bottle moment. and Kyle O'Reilly's world title run for like nothing. That's not happening, right? Like we know that. So I just don't see the point of this.
Yeah.
So I'm putting Moxley down for this.
I'm putting Moxley because I think it is going to be him winning. And so by winning, he will share or show Will Ospreay the way, right? Like, did you see how I persevered? You know what I mean? This is how we build you from the ground up. I couldn't beat this guy. We put in the work and now I did, like something like that.
Did anybody else? I don't know. Nobody liked it on Blue Sky, so maybe nobody caught the reference that I did. But like when they were doing their push-ups back there, it looked like I was watching live action Hungry Hippos there for a second, right? Like they're all in a circle doing, they're like fucking, I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Man, they've got it. I don't get, man, are you the Death Riders, the violence, like or are you guys the fucking grindcore CrossFit workout club? Yeah, are you a CrossFit club?
Yeah.
Like, are you a fight club or are you a workout team? Like,
yeah, it's a little much with the push-ups, like right before the match and afterwards.
Yeah, they're all.
I mean, I still like
each other
them
on the back. You know what I mean? Remember when it was like, we might kill you to see if you're tough enough. You got to keep proving yourself. Now Garcia's out there like giving fucking guys shoulder rubs and shit and patting them on the ass on their way out there. It feels weird.
Yeah, the vibe has changed to CrossFit. I think this is me just peeking behind the curtain. I feel like there is one person influencing all of that. And I think his name is Claudio.
Yeah.
I think Claudio
like
started
Claudio,
the whole...
Yeah.
Remember, because they start to do the little ring around the rosy bullshit.
Oh, this feels like exactly like... This is probably what Claudio does. Like, guys, we're going to work out. We're going to... Yeah. And they're like, all right.
Cool. Yeah. This feels like a Claudio request that they're saying fine to. When it was John Moxley, it was, we're going to kill people. And if they survive, we'll smile and give them, the keys to the new car or whatever.
Yeah. We're the best junior varsity squad. And you know what I mean? East Tennessee.
Look at my
football.
crunch. Look at my crunches. Do you see the form? Yeah, man.
I'm losing it a little bit with the Death Riders. Yeah. This is more of the CrossFit Riders. But so that's question mark. That's not listed on their thing, but it feels
we're going
like
with it. I'm picking Moxley. Yeah, I'm going Moxley.
If nothing else, it's Dynamite, and we picked the same anyway, so who gives a shit? All right, another audible we got because let's talk about it a little bit. Dynamite, Willow gave us some heartbreaking news. Over shoulder, can't compete in the tournament, cannot be the TBS champion anymore, relinquishing the title. More to follow on that, I guess. Right now, wild card, fill in the blank, maybe Mercedes winning. I don't know. Whoever's going to take that place will take on Alex Windsor later in the women's Owen Hart tournament. However, at Double or Nothing, taking that place is the Mina Shirakawa Athena match. This one's a tough one for me, man. I mean, look, Athena is a winner, right? Hard to pick against Athena in anything. But Mina Shirakawa is also a winner, and I feel like has more storyline reasons to win here, unless that's part of the reason she loses. But I don't think they taint the Owen Hart tournaments too much with that. I think they like to give it some respect of being like, you know what I mean? Some wrestling. So I'm going to go with Mina on this one.
All right, well, good, because I'm going to go Athena.
Oh.
Like, she can't be the forever champion on the B show, and then every time she comes up to the A show, just loses automatically.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that they have wrestled for Athena's women's world championship, and Athena, dog walked her. So I would think that the same would happen here.
Okay. All right. Man, what are you thinking about the women's tournament with Willow out of it? Obviously, we don't know who the wild card is. That really kind of throws things.
Well,
she's one of the bigger names in it.
Right. If it is Mercedes, well, then we've scrapped all the plans and she's winning the whole thing.
These, right? I didn't go back and look at those,
Mercedes, we were told last week.
Yeah, right.
We know Willow. We know Britt Baker, because remember, Britt Baker and Adam Cole both won, and they're like, we're a couple. And I think that's
that broke him up.
Only 3. Yeah, maybe.
The curse of Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's why I kind of don't think Mercedes necessarily there. Or she could also get in it and lose. I mean, but
Yeah. But who else would it be? Okay. Because you could potentially do like a Megan Bain, right? Or a Lena Cross.
You could throw in either one of, you could throw in like a Julia Hart or something, right? You could throw them in, right? Or a Sky Blue.
Yeah, Sky Blue, something like that. Because isn't Julia Hart in it?
Oh, isn't she? I don't have the thing up in front of me. Yeah, I think.
But that would be interesting, right? Because then you could do Julia versus Sky. That would be fun. Yeah. But yeah, I think my gut said, oh, what if, Tim, the wild card is the DMD? Huh?
You keep hoping for that. All right.
He keeps saying that she's coming back. He keeps saying it, not me.
Hey, man. One of these days. All right. Well, we have a women's Owen Hart tournament match. We get 2 men's tournament matches because, that's what we do, I guess. Let's start with Bandito taking on Swerve Strickland, another storyline heavy match in these Owen Hart tournaments, Tom. Where are you lying on this one? And then Swerve, I mean, I don't see, look, Bandito's cool. Bandito, we like Bandito. He's still a champion, right? Is he the ROH champion still?
Yeah. I just don't think, because he retained at the pay-per-view and then Swerve kicked him in the head. I just don't think that you could have Swerve, who is a top guy, lose to Kenny Omega, which is fine, and then come back and be like, now my new target is Bandito. And then Bandito's like, well, then I also took you out. I think then you're kind of making him look like a comedy character. So I would say he has to win this. And if he loses, who cares? Bandito, who cares? He's fine at this point.
Well, exactly. And again, he's not he's AEW, but he's not. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, the other men's tournament quarterfinal match is probably one that gets a little more dicey in an outcome. Predictions here. Samoa Joe, Will Ospreay. Nope, you pretty solid on this one. What do you got?
Ospreay. Yep.
So
Ospreay.
That's exactly how I feel in my gut and my mind immediately. But when I look at some of these other matches, I'm like, man, of the one that's got many ways to book the other way.
Oh yeah.
So many reasons to book Samoa Joe beating Ospreay here, right?
Take it.
You could have Death Riders do not help Ospreay when he needs help. You could have Death Riders try to help Ospreay and fuck it up, right? You to fuck something up. You could have Joe just fucking wrestle fucks Ospreay and embarrasses him. Right?
Yeah, he's a Joe.
Samoa Joe, goddamn. Samoa goddamn Joe. But
pick it then, you coward. Pick it. Come on. You want to? Stop flirting with it. Stop buying it drinks and take it home. Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm going Ospreay because you know why it is. Here's why it is. Because he gave too much of the rah speech. I'm doing this for the whole fucking country, and we're gonna play that out. This isn't the end of the tournament here, right? He's gonna live the dream and maybe not get there, but not now.
You wanted that layup.
He's beating Samoa Joe.
That layup. I can't be both. I can't be both. You get a birthday under your belt. Now you just start taking all these easy picks. Okay. Start saluting you there, Captain Easy Stance. Look at that. Right there, huh?
What happened here on the Dynamite? No, Ospreay went out, won a match, and was like, "Look at me, I'm skinny, but of course I was injured. Fuck you, right?" And then Samoa Joe was like, "You weren't my friend. I'm going to show you what happens when you don't want to be my friend." Right?
Yeah, because Ospreay beats Shibata, which is fun, right? Everyone's New Japan wet dream
kindergarten
match.
Fight. Everybody keeps calling me skinny, but I was sick. He's like, "You didn't want to be my friend. Now I'm going to beat you up. Me and my friends."
Me and my friends are going to get you. Yeah.
That's exactly what happened here.
I mean, it felt like it, right? And then you also had Anthony Bowens covering his ears. I'm just like,
everybody stop fighting.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
Anthony Bowens ain't fitting that group.
He's just not. Again, he's too clean cut for it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we need some scars.
Yes.
Which, side note, completely off topic. We'll get to the pick or the match when we pick it here in a little bit. But that fucking line from Christian tonight, when he said, "When you're born, you look like your family, and when you die, you look like your choices."
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that was good shit.
I also like earlier Adam Copeland when he was like, we met when we were like in 6th grade or whatever. He's like, he had a ninja star. It's like nice.
Yeah. Well, did you see Christian too? Was just like, we didn't. Or no. He actually like scoffed. He scoffed when Adam was like, and we found out we were gonna have daughters 6 weeks apart.
You're right. Yeah, he just kind of like then looked away.
I don't like that kid. I don't like your kid or my kid.
He is, goddamn, he's one of the best to ever do it, man. Christian Cage. All right, let's talk about the Stadium Stampede. Tom, you and I both know. I think the original Stadium Stampede. Is this the second time we've ever done one of these actually named the Stadium Stampede? I forget. Haven't we? Yeah,
because usually they're the Anarchy in the Arena.
So this is the only second ever actual, or didn't we do
third
it? This is
one.
the third. Right.
Yeah, because the second one, if you recall, had Urban Meyer throwing footballs at MJF.
Yes. That's what I was trying to remember. I was like, I swore we did another one of these, right?
Yeah. So this is our third, I think, technically one. Well, no, I think it was called Anarchy in the Arena in London. No. The first one is the best one. The Hangman coming on the horse.
But the Urban Meyer, that one, not
Inner
the first
Circle.
one. That was...
No, because the second one was the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle. And that's where you got MJF getting hit in the head by Urban Meyer, who was the coach of the Jags at the time. Gotcha. He's a scumbag. And, you know, all that stuff.
Jericho has to be in every Stadium Stampede then, right? So that's where we're at here. Look, that first one, the point I was trying to make, is some of the best wrestling entertainment I've ever seen.
It's the only... So I have a lot of memorabilia behind me and then also in the rest of my basement. The only match, though, that I have framed is the first Stadium Stampede. Yeah. That's how highly regarded I think of that match. I love that match so much.
It's so fun. Spoiler alert, we're going to talk about it later tonight. Tom, we've got part 3 here, I guess, right? Guys, this is cramming all these names on this poster here. We've got Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley. We're already at 347 combined years old. Kenny Omega, so now we're at 429. The Young Bucks are over 700. And then Jack Perry, who's like 17. They are going to take on Ricochet, the GOA. Who else we got hanging out over here? The Dogs and Andrade
and Mark Davis.
And Dangerous Mark Davis. We've got to get the Dunkzilla thing. Guys, I get it, right? He's a thick guy, so he's got a, nice big juicy set of glutes, but like
dangerous.
It's also not like people don't call things the Zilla anymore, right? Or even
not anymore.
Dunk in the like this is not common terminology, right? It feels like an old guy trying to be cool, right?
It sounds like putting a Z at the end of boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to like if we don't like we like Dangerous Mark Davis, but like if you guys want to go with something else, but the Dunkzilla thing ain't hitting for me. But he is awesome. I put this on our Blue Sky Day. Like I said, Mark Davis is what I want to be when I grow up. Like he's just cool as fuck. I don't know what it is, but
it's cool as fuck. Yeah, like him.
Team Jericho wins this, right? I don't think we get the Stadium Stampede with these other ragtag heels that don't really fit together for no other reason winning. That makes more sense for a face to do,
Yeah, especially because Jericho got clowned on in Canada, and then he made to look stupid, and then also, fun fact, Hurt Syndicate really don't lose many matches, and Kenny Omega, like I gotta find myself. He's not gonna find himself on a losing streak. So yeah, I think it's all team good guys.
This is interesting. The only ones that I have a question mark on are the Hurt Syndicate. Everybody else in this is going to get goofy. Everybody else fits the bill of like, they'll do something weird in the stadium, right? Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin don't play gimmicky much, right? Like they don't do comedy.
Bobby will do something power, right? Bobby will put Ricochet on half of his hand and spin and then throw him out. And then Shelton Benjamin's he's gonna try to do like a mini Brock Lesnar and fucking suplex someone from one side of the ring to the other, like
through the uprights or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Because but everybody else will get into some weird shit, right? I mean, you got Kenny Omega, the Bucks, Jack Perry, Chris Jericho. They're all going to get stupid. Ricochet and the GOA will do some work, right? Andrade will probably do something, but not too over the top. Mark Davis, who knows?
He's going to get naked. Andrade's
going to get naked. He's going to be in like just that fucking ball hammock, right? Like,
yeah. And he's going to get distracted by some woman. He's going to start taking photos. Yeah. He's going to tell Don Callis to
That's going to be the plan.
Himself.
Chris Jericho set it up to like get women to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, Don Callis is going to get fucked over somehow in the Stadium Stampede, right? Like, he's got to take some kind of bump somewhere in this.
Yeah. I think Kenny Omega, here's the question I have for you though, is do you think we get the music spot that we've been getting in Anarchy in the Arena? So you know how we've got with the bodies at the floor, all that stuff.
Yeah, we're going to get something. They'll do something. Yeah.
Are we going to pull that though into Stadium Stampede?
We'll probably get like I Love New York and then something, and then, we'll get some New York themed music in there, I bet you, to pop the crowd.
Some Frank Sinatra.
That, and then maybe they'll switch to something cooler, right? Something more current.
Griselda. They're Buffalo, you know what I mean?
Go.
And they
so right? Like, yeah, something like that. Yeah, Tino shouting us out in the chat. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. Tino. Which everybody's always welcome to come back. By the way, hang out. Doors always open.
Everyone always welcome.
Except for you.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Fuck you. You know who you are. It's not you, Tino, but you know what I mean.
It's not you, Tino, but you know who it is.
You know who you are.
By the way,
I know you're watching.
Not to go too off topic here, but when we're speaking of Griselda, obviously one of the producers is our good friend Denzel, Conductor Williams. Conductor Williams, even though I'm not a big fan of the guy, has a song on Drake's newest album. Currently, as of right now, 2.3 million downloads. Right there. 2.3 million downloads. So that's
took me a second to realize what you were saying, because you were like, though I'm not a big fan of the guy, I was like, you're a huge fan of Conductor Williams. What are you talking about? And then
I love Conductor Williams.
Drake. And I was like, yeah, okay,
Drake.
Now I get it. I was like,
Drake is fine. Drake
is. What happened? I was like,
no.
The story.
Drake is a good like this.
Yeah, it's like
right. Yeah. It's not a fuck off, but it's a.
It's like, oh, Drake is here.
Yeah, swell. It's like when you get water at a restaurant. You're like, that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't really fucking care. It's water. Not bad.
It's like, you got Coke, Pepsi, okay? Sure. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, fine. Yeah, you're not complaining. It's not really what you wanted. But it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not bad. You're not going to be like, ugh. You're just going to be like, oh, yeah.
It's like a Jericho match. Yeah.
All right, well, moving on from that, we get the AEW International Championship on the line when Okada finally takes on Takeshita. I'm pulling the trigger here. Takeshita's winning this. I think he's going to win that International Championship. We're all going to be like, yay. Story may not be done, but I think Takeshita wins here.
All right, this is where what's the stupid ass phrase? Fortune favors the bold. I'm being bold.
So you're gonna take a swing?
Going Okada. Yeah, I'm going Okada.
I mean, it's a solid pick. Again, you can always book an Okada win. There is, you know what I mean?
Because, well, this is what I think. I think this is when Don Callis kicks Takeshita out of the family.
Right. Yeah. I that's my worries. I don't think we're done with the story either way. But I feel like Takeshita getting the victory and setting Okada off is good, you know what I mean? And we can keep going that way. I just feel like we got to do something with it, right? If Takeshita loses here, right? Like,
Well,
Unless
but
it's
if
by
he
clear
loses,
fuckery.
that's what I'm saying. If he loses with taking a screwdriver from Don Callis in the forehead, well, now we've got some story to tell. And now it's Takeshita goes to get that belt.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
Well, we've got an AEW World Tag Team Championship match and an I Quit match, which, yeah, I don't think they put on here that it's like a New York street fight, right? Like
they got rid of that part. Yeah.
But if FTR wins, Cope and Christian can no longer tag team again, ever again. What says you, Tom?
Nah, this is easy money. Cope and Christian, because then at the next pay-per-view, which is that one, it's going to be the Young Bucks versus Cope and Christian for the championship.
Which
so
is
yeah,
triple or something is the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it is. If I wasn't weary of a Jeff Jarrett shirt, I might take a flyer on a, you know what I mean?
You are such a layup, man.
I'm not this one. So if you want the shocker moment, right, it's this, right? FTR wins in a moment where you don't even think the match is going to end, right? You get that Brock Lesnar beats The Undertaker shock. But I just don't, I would have to feel like one of these guys is like, I can't do it anymore, you know? And I don't get that feeling. Yeah, thanks, man. It's a nice shirt you got on there.
Salute to you,
Slap
Captain
nuts.
Easy Stance. Oh, my goodness. What's all that on your shirt? Is it chalk?
Email Jeff again and see what.
Did you see that he was at the Twins game? Did you see I sent that to you?
Yes.
Hasn't Minnesota been through enough? I know. Jesus.
Even Minneapolis specifically. Like
I know. Really fucking him. And he was wearing those stupid black gloves again.
The gloves. I'm really shocked. Our little clip from last week didn't really get more views on that one. I thought we were going to.
Yeah. It was fucking, he wore black gloves.
Series. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
No, CNC's winning this, man. They're going to win those titles. You know, is what it is.
No, I know. Well, you just got to go all easy stance. Hey, guys.
Sometimes you run out the clock. Tom, you know what I mean? Sometimes.
Hey guys, I really think the 90s Bulls are gonna win the championship this year.
3rd and 7, run the ball. Run the ball.
Yeah.
Run it right at the
4th
middle.
and 2, punt. Just punt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it to our defense.
Deep corner.
Yeah.
Coffin corner. Yeah, trust in the defense, Tom. The AEW Women's World Championship is on the line in a 4-way. We've got Tekla, the champion, defending against Jamie Hayter, who hits hard, and Shida and Statlander. Man, I feel like Shida and Statlander take each other out here, right? Mm-hmm. And we're down to Tekla and Hayter. And man, this is another one of those where, like, you want the crowd to be like, hell yeah, right? Everybody seems to love Hayter. I'll give this too. We've said this. Hayter, the stories haven't always hit, but, like, the match feels like big match Jamie, right? Like, it's always big time.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's behind her, sitting hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really struggling on this one. I'm stuck between what I think is Hayter or Tekla, right?
That's interesting. I thought completely different. I thought Tekla and Jamie will take each other out, leaving the heel turn to finally get it done.
And then Shida is standing there, is what you're saying.
From Shida. And because tonight we saw Chris Statlander grab Shida and was like, hey, watch yourself. And then Shida's like, what are you talking about? Women, they're great, right? And then it feels like
you could be right. You could be right. What we could get, though, is like Statlander's about to get the, you know what I mean? Like the easy victory. And then Shida comes in and does the Kansas City punt. And
then covers Tekla.
Right.
Because I think Jamie Hayter, I think Tekla / Evil Twins or whatever take out Jamie. So Jamie, non-factor. Then I think we'll get Statlander finally getting her revenge on Tekla, being like, you never should have beat me for this championship. I'm the fucking badass of the division, does all of the big power moves, and then is like, I'm about to fucking win. Obviously not low blow, although a low blow would be kind of cool. Low blow.
Kendo stick or something.
Yeah,
Yep.
Shida then throws her out the ring. 1, 2, 3. Now Tekla's pissed. Statlander's pissed. Then you can get Jamie to go back over to the tag team because, as we've seen, Lena Cross and Megan Bayne, D&D, have nothing going on. And then you could do a triple threat or something there with Tekla, Shida, and Stat. Yeah, because you're a coward. Someone's got to make this interesting.
Well, I mean,
oh, you gonna take the champion?
Will you talk me into Sheeta? No, I'm just just make the same pick. No, I said I was between Tekla and Hayter. I'm gonna put in Tekla because like I struggle to see Hayter being the one where they're like, yeah, put it on her again, because I just feel like that fell flat last time, and I don't think they should get the reason to think that they just like kind of missed an opportunity or screwed something up, right? So if you're not making a drastic change, Sheeta's the only other one I would consider, and I just kind of automatically considered they take each other out, but I didn't consider what you're saying, like, Sheeta does it at the end to kind of be like, look at me, I'm the champ, which can always happen. Sheeta can always win.
To me, it's either Sheeta or Tekla. I think those are the only two options.
I think we're split on that. All right, I got Tekla, you got Sheeta, so there's another one we're different on. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm bold. Here you are taking
3 different. All right. Well, then the men's world championship is on the line, and so is MJF's hair. Well, here we are, Tom. This is.
Hold on. Here's the question.
Yeah.
Who gets the title shot next week? Was it Roosh tonight who said, I want the title shot next week?
Yeah. Said Darby.
I know he's getting baby face kind of like things, but he's still a heel.
Yep.
So that, and here's the other thing. And this is me being a 30-year pro wrestling fan, kind of cynical at this point. I find it very odd that they already released the MJF bald head t-shirts without him being bald first. Right? Like at AEW shop, you could buy where it's like MJF bald. And I'm like, but that would make no fucking sense in 3 weeks if I was walking around. I'm like, oh, MJF lost the match? No. Well, then why is the shirt bald? Well, because now I look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like.
Well, so.
And he's been cutting his hair. Have you noticed that too? His hair's been looking a little slim and trim.
So I was just going through some of our clips here, and I came across this one. And in that one, when you see him give the look, like he's got some real long hair. And it's way shorter now, right? And it looks more natural. Like whatever I'm not completely unconvinced that he didn't get this hair just to set this fucking shit up. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? To like set a gimmick match up like this. Like, he's a fucking carny, dude. Like, he would do this shit.
Well, I'm also not convinced that he actually did it. I've easily could be, someone could have just put that out there and he's like, hey, say I went to Turkey. Yeah, Turkey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just give me a toupee and we'll say it was Turkey. Yeah, I mean, who knows, right? Here's another thing we haven't discussed. So I'm going to put down Darby for me because I think Darby keeps this title. I think you could get a situation where Darby wins this match. MJF gets himself disqualified, hijacks it out of there. You know what I mean? Or hightails it out of there. Next week, Darby's like, get your ass out and get your head shaved. He's like, no. It said if I got pinned or submitted, read the contract. And he's got his lawyer there. And he's like, so I didn't, blah, blah, blah. And then, who knows what we make of that. So, like, he could, you know what I mean? But that feels lame. I feel like he'd get some blowback for that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if he gets his head shaved, but I don't feel like Darby loses the title here yet. The only way I could see it is, here's something. Run this by me. Is either Kevin Knight or Shoeless Mike Bailey going to come to help MJF here? Are they going to take a pay to get the first shot at MJF to screw over Darby?
Well, actually, let's talk about that a little bit. So,
and talking so much about it,
because tonight, old athlete's foot lost to Darby Allin, and then Kevin Knight get on the microphone and cut the most bland promo of just do it for us, Darby. And so
I thought he was going to turn right then because it was so bad. Right? Like it was
so generic.
Like,
everything,
and he's getting better with
like,
his talking. He, wasn't great here tonight, but like, this was bad. This was so like, yay, like I believe in you, Mike, and we're still going to do it, guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if this would even be anything he would actually say in real life. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're asking him, hey, try this. And he's
exactly. That's why it's so
I'll
bad.
try.
Yeah, I know.
I'll sound like Speedball did last night during Monopoly.
So I thought, okay, how does MJF, screw over Darby when MJF has no friends? He pays somebody off, right? Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey have felt weird for a while, right? Not open hostility towards each other, but just weirdness.
Just weird.
And they're both involved for no reason, right? Like these guys were not friends with either of these guys before.
Nope.
And the other one I thought about is Hangman, right? MJF tells Hangman, I will remove the stipulation and give you the first shot if you make sure I win the match and win the title. And now Hangman's got a fuck, right? And so there's ways MJF can win this match, win the title. But I just don't know that we're going there, right?
So actually, you spoke of Hangman, and I miss him a lot. He's one of the top reasons why I watch AEW. My thought is that Darby is going to eliminate that. Darby's going to say, fuck MJF and whatever you agree to with him. I want to fight the best. You're obviously one of the best. Me and you, we've got to fight. Dynamite, whatever. I think he removes it.
And then MJF tries to sue or some shit, and what does it matter?
Yeah, and he's like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, fuck off. You're bald.
Again. Remember they said before, like, it wasn't an official. They
was
even
just
brought that up
agreement.
back then. They just said it. There's no official.
Give his word.
We're not putting that in no contract, right? So that's true. Conager on I think that's how we say it. I think they've been on here before, right? They said AEW, we got Mick Foley. Yeah, yes. And when we're done here, you can go back. Listen, we did talk about that a little bit. Mick Foley, we're excited for that.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm... All right, because we're kind of towards the end, got to make it a little bit longer here. So if MJF wins, what would we do? Right? Like, it doesn't feel like
that's
the
where
next
I don't
thing
feel like there's anything to do with MJF
right.
as the champion, unless it's suddenly Hangman. But I don't know how we feel about Hangman now, and I don't know that we want to reward him and be like, okay, well now go win it after you fucked over Darby that we liked.
Yeah,
I feel like Darby retains this title. The question for me is, do we actually shave MJF bald? You're right. The hair's short, so it's easy that once it gets shaved, it grows back pretty. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's.
Well, it's easy to shave, is what I think. Is they thinned it out, they got it ready so that when it goes, you don't have all these like fucking
plugs
big
in the way,
clumps of hair, and all that shit. Right. Yeah. Because if Darby wins, then we just keep this train going of when will it go off the tracks, right? Exactly. He fights Roosh next week. Then he fights this person and that person and this person. That's where, speaking of athlete's foot and the coolest guy in pro wrestling, Kevin Knight, I think maybe their story is after the pay-per-view, where they do let's just hypothetically, again, whatever that next pay-per-view is, it's a triple threat. It's Shoeless Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, Darby Allin, something like that.
Yeah. And then maybe more of their like, well, fuck you gets a little in there.
Right.
You know what we're going to get? We're going to get, because FTR is going to lose, we both said that, we're going to get Darby versus Dax the Axe. He's going to be like, I'm doing this for my family. We're going to throw that in there.
Gotta do it for my baby mama.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you got to get, because there's so many more. Because you could also, who you could also do after this pay-per-view, after Roosh. So say, okay, he beats MJF, shaves his head. MJF runs away for a while. Darby then next week takes on Roosh. Well, guess who he takes on after that? Bobby Lashley. Then we could just have Bobby Lashley fucking murder this guy. And then Darby just gets he just holds doesn't hold the ropes and cheat, but like he gets a little like schoolboy on him and wins. And then it's Shelton the next week after that.
Yeah, what it is,
what the fuck?
Bobby Lashley is manhandling him so bad, throwing him everywhere that he's almost laughing about it. MVP's over there making jokes. Shelton's looking the other way. He keeps running into him, just like fucking in the corner or something, right? And Darby finally moves out of the way, and it knocks Bobby Lashley out. You know what I mean? Because he hit his head, and then we get a roll up, and then, you know what I mean? Because Bobby got too confident.
So we could easily do the Darby versus overconfident.
Well, then Okada may be free if he loses the international championship.
Well, he's done it. He was supposed to do it, but then he actually had, apparently, from what I read, legit reason to go home. So then he gets a title match.
Yeah. Yep. So are you going Darby here for the
I'm going
World Championship match here? Yeah. So we have 3 different matches picked differently. Mina versus Athena, where you said Athena. Takeshita versus Okada, where you said Okada, and then the women's title, where you said Shida and I said Tekla. So I got to pick one of these as our tiebreaker in case we have a tie, right? This is fun because the tiebreaker, then I get to lose because of the tiebreaker, right? But I get to make the pick. I'm most confident in Takeshita Okada. I'm going to circle that one as my
good, because I wanted you to pick that one. Yeah, you're fucking wrong, buddy. Yeah.
You're going to wear that Jeff Jarrett shirt again next week. It's going to be great.
Fuck
everybody, look at this shirt. Show it to everybody. Look at everybody. Look at that. Yeah. Tom's a big Jeff Jarrett
Off-centered, I got to do some bullshit like this.
Yep. Yeah, it kind of looks just like you, man. You're like, all right, that's too far.
Come on.
You're like, that's too far.
Jesus.
Man. Ruin
Christ,
15 years of friendship, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to bed here in 30 minutes.
You know, I'm having a
nightmare. Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I'm going to bed here in 30 minutes. I'm going to have a fucking nightmare of putting black gloves on and grabbing a guitar and walking around town.
You start stroking your mustache. Looking at the price
and
of gold.
It was Satnam Singh.
Yeah, I know.
And I get that Satnam Singh is like
still here.
An
attraction. Like, why is he here?
Yeah, like I get he's an attraction for like a casual fan, right? If he just walks into a room, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?"
You know? And also nice, but huge guy,
very nice guy. But like, and also the match is gonna be Top Flight, who's from Minnesota. I get it, but does anyone fucking care? And then Jeff Jarrett and Satnam Singh after a baseball game for the last place twins. Guys, come on. We couldn't have shot
Minnesota
higher.
Been through enough recently.
Yeah.
Like, really?
But like, also, you could have picked like, I don't know, Tampa, like a better warm place. Like, come to Kansas City at least. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, we're a good wrestling town for God's sake.
New baseball stadium built. Maybe we'll, get AEW out there.
I mean, that would be cool.
They
what
should
are you
do
looking forward to,
at the current stadium, at the whatever they call the CPKC. That would be a good spot to do an AEW show. Out there in the open off the river.
That'd be really dope. Yeah. What match are you looking forward to the most?
Well, when Takeshita beats Okada, and I know I've secured my victory, and you have to wear the shirt, that'll really make me happy. I am really interested in this outcome of Darby MJF, right? I'm really looking forward to, like, do we actually shave this guy's head? Which is weird because they found a way to make me really care about a hair match I never gave a fuck about anybody's hair match ever. Like, I've never gave a shit.
It grows back. It never,
and it still will here, but I'm just most interested in how they play this out. But I would say outside of like that, the match, I mean, that Takeshita Okada match is going to be crazy amazing. So is the Swerve Bandito one. The Joe Ospreay is another one, storyline one that really I'm interested in. And every women's Owen Hart tournament match is interesting to me because, like, what the fuck are we going to do with this weird, you know what I mean? This hodgepodge crowd. So there's a lot. I think there's a lot of interesting ways we go. A lot of like forks in the road here. Even the matches that aren't storyline heavy have some implications, right? There's a women's title on the line in one of them, right? Like, look, are Cope and Christian gonna be a tag team? Or are they going to be champs? Right? Like, it's good. Like, are they going to be retired? Are they going to be champs? Like, there's a lot here.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot on this.
We gotta pay. That one is because we gotta pay off the teasing of Young Bucks versus Cope and Christian. That's why that's gonna happen. I'm looking forward to.
What the fuck? Did you see it with Jericho and the Young Bucks and like their fucking name thing? Like, Jesus.
Well, because Jericho always has to do this thing. The Y2 Jacksons. Fucking stop it. Okay, brother. And he wore the tassel. You know, it's like when CM Punk wore the face mask when he teamed with Darby and Sting. It's like, nope.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Nobody wants that.
Nope. Just be you.
Yeah.
No, just be you.
No,
Copeland did it too.
With CM Punk. That's the thing that comes across from a guy like CM Punk is like, you can tell when he does that, he's like, this is going to be that iconic highlight reel of my Hall of Fame thing. People are going to be like, remember, I'm over. I'm like, people, this is, people are going to be like, remember that time he wore the Sting paint when he teamed? Like,
no. Not like that. We didn't wear it, or we don't remember it for that reason. We remember because it was like, what the fuck are you doing?
What about you?
But I'm looking forward to the Stadium Stampede because they're old. I think it's going to go one of two ways. Either they all are veterans. Well, they're all veterans, and so they know some fun shit to do. Or they are going to be so out of their element that it's going to be a car crash that just you can't look away from. Bobby Lashley's going to try like a Hurricane Rana or some shit. You know what I mean? And you're just going to be like, what the fuck are we doing? Here's the other thing, though, that I will say. AEW has almost, like 9.9 out of 10, perfected that street fight party match. You know what I mean? Like, they usually don't miss on that. And so you got Kenny Omega, you got the Young Bucks, you got Ricochet. So you got the elements there to make it fun. So I'm curious to see how it all comes together.
The main event, or is the MJF? The MJF thing is the main event.
MJF.
Right?
I would honestly think that it opens.
Yeah.
It either opens or it's the mid, right? Like, again, how many matches are 8 or whatever? It's the 4th. Like, it'll be because this is what I'll actually kind of predict it. This is what I'll bet. I bet we do first Ospreay, Joe. Then the middle will be the party match. And then the end will be Darby, MJF. That's what I think.
I feel like Bandito Swerve opens.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, yeah, one of those. But yeah, that.
But yeah, one of the men's Owen Hart tournament matches opens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what I think. But
and then,
should be exciting.
We know before the main event,
it's time for the women.
I mean, we do know that will 100% happen. It will be Tekla walking out doing I got something to say. Okay.
Spooky. yeah.
I was joking around Monday at the game. I went to the Royals game on Monday, where instead of my out call, like when they I would just do the throat slash.
Yeah.
Like, you're out. You're out. What, man? All right.
Security came over and was like, "Sir, you're being threatening to them."
Yeah, I'm
like, I'm going to be threatening.
You're out of here. Yeah.
All right. Well, Tom, excited, looking forward to Double or Nothing this weekend. But that's looking forward in time. What if we looked back in time and went the other way? Huh? Hop in the little All Elite Wrap-Up time machine with me, and let's see what happened. May 23rd, 2020. This was the highlight, or the absolute height even, of the pandemic era. At Double or Nothing, brought us the very first Stadium Stampede match between the Elite and the Inner Circle. The empty TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville served as the battleground. The match was an absolute fever dream of cinematic wrestling. Right? Chaos spilled all over the stadium, eventually reaching the Jacksonville Jaguars swimming pool located in the upper deck concourse. Santana and Ortiz cornered Matt Hardy there and literally tried to drown him by holding him underwater. Unbeknownst to the Inner Circle, that water then acted as the magical Lake of Reincarnation, where Matt Hardy emerged from the water the first time before eventually turning into his broken persona, what specific classic WWE era gimmick did he pop out of the water as?
Version 1.
Matt Hardy V1. Mattitude, baby. Yes.
Mattitude. God, those were so dumb, weren't they? Yeah. Matt likes mustard on his hot dog. Remember that?
Had a Matt facts.
Yeah.
They put those up on
Just
there.
The dumbest shit.
They had to drown him again.
God,
right?
that match. Because, well, you know what is actually my favorite part of that whole sequence, that part of the match, is not Matt Hardy. That was funny. But my favorite part is that Ortiz was afraid because he didn't know how to swim.
Yeah.
And so he backed into it.
Yeah.
He backed into it. The fucking pull didn't even go to his chest.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part. He was just like, okay.
What a small little detail to throw in, right? Like to know you're being this badass. You're going to drown this guy in the water that you're worried about drowning in. It's hilarious. Yeah, I always will remember. It's not even a point of the match. Like just when they were done, they were like, yeah, now he's dead. Like they were just like, yeah, fuck him. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, then they threw him in the ice bucket or the ice.
That's true. They did
whatever it was called, the tray. Yeah. That was great.
There's so much.
Everything about it is great.
Oh my god, I'm gonna watch it again tonight. I gotta go back.
Yeah,
and see it.
it's the best. It is the best.
That was a fun trip.
Back in time.
More of that each week, right? That's why you should stick with us. Make sure you also email us, aewrapup@gmail.com. That's if you've got questions for Tom, if you need advice, you need medical advice, you need job advice, you need relationship advice, interaction advice, like
anything.
How to handle yourself in public. Any advice, you ask Tom, aewrapup@gmail.com. Or if you just have wrestling thoughts, you type those out, send us a MP3 or an MP4 or something, right? We might play or read those on the show. We reserve all rights to determine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't just be like saying, the worst things in the world. And we're like, well, I guess we have to hit play.
Yeah, it can't just be like,
You people suck!
Right? Over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I might play that.
Yeah.
But aewrapup@gmail.com, alleatwrapup.com is the website. You're going to get to come back next week. You're going to get to see Tom wearing that shirt again for the second week in a row.
Gonna be him.
I'm excited. And Tom, do you have any other parting words, or do you?
You're gonna lose.
That shirt. All right.
I will see you next week, dumbass.